Okay, this is gonna be a quick walkthrough of my curriculum from kindergarten through 12th grade. I have everything that I use basically on 3 shelves and a small bench in front of the couch. I have homeschooled for 12 years and I just graduated my first child and I have 2 more to go. So we can start with the bench here since we're here. Over here is my daughter's side and she has some cards, multiplication, division, game. These are just some notebooks, notes, a little whiteboard, another notebook, Standard and Purity by Queen Homeschool. I love their stuff. All About Homophones. That is comes from the All About Reading curriculum, but it's just All About Homophones workbook, and it's a really good workbook. That's the math series that I have on the bookshelf. That's the book that we're currently reading. Essentials Bible Companion, and the Bible's most fascinating people, because one of the things that I try to accomplish in our homeschool is I would like to have the goal and reach it of each child at least reading once or more times through the entire Bible from start to finish. She has a complete children's cookbook back here, and then there's a birthday cakes for kids. There's scientific facts in the Bible. It's a good little reference. Mad Libs. She is 12 years old as well, so this is a good reference book to have, old school ways to remember stuff. Grammar and Grammarland is a good storybook for grammar. Also, this is Bible curriculum from kindergarten through 12th grade and beyond. Really, I mean, it's just a great curriculum. So you'll never have to buy another Bible curriculum again. So this is a quick view of the table of contents. And then this was another Bible curriculum that was referenced in this book. So that's a good one too. We'll be doing that one. The middle piece, also there's the 7 continents of the world jigsaw book. So that's the 7 continents, and then if we want to expound upon that basic information and working the puzzle, we would then source out other material to learn more about it. Okay, in the middle is my son. He's my youngest. He's 6, and his material is over here. These are just sight words, and I play games with them. I make them myself, and I play games with them. So all the material that I'm showing you is what I have narrowed down over many years of homeschooling and trying every box curriculum out there, expensive, inexpensive, traditional, Charlotte Mason, you name it, we've tried it. This is what I've narrowed down to my basics from K through 12, because I did live in a 2,000 square foot home and I had all of my curriculum in my house and had actually began to overflow into my garage, neatly stacked on bookshelves into the garage. And this is basically what I've narrowed it down to, just basically the gold of what I have. This is an alphabet bingo game that I made myself, and we use pennies as the markers. You can also use the pennies to count. This is his math book, Bible. These are his notebooks. Another notebook is a science book that we're reading. The only thing that I do purchase with each subsequent child is I do purchase the Go for the Code, the A, B, and C, get ready for the code, and then the 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. I think that's usually all I go up to, maybe 4. Explode the codes. I'll repurchase those for each child. But everything else is, I already have it, and we just work from there. These I just keep as additional material from the other 2 children, just to continue with those initial basics of learning numbers and math concepts, and Adventures in Phonics, same thing. It is a workbook, but I don't use it like that. Just keep that. This is the other like my daughter's, but this is a Bible curriculum, a complete Bible curriculum for grades K through 12 for boys. And this is the table of contents for theirs. So I just use this and the Bible. These are relatively inexpensive. They are very thick, very, very thick. And they probably, the more you use them, the more they'll fall out of this spiral. And you'll have to probably do something like that at some point, because they are super thick. This is another math book that I'll be doing with my son after we finish the first one. It's just number stories, and I'll probably do this for first grade. This is another just little science book. I wonder where the butterflies go in winter, and it's all about different insects and where they go in the winter. So this is just a game of the word families I created for him. These are just some alphabet books. This is a good book to have to reference for words. Another math book for counting, that's for him. Some other reading books about phonics, and another phonics book, Lift the Flap, and then his whiteboard in the back. So that's basically it. And again, this is K through 12, okay? And then we have a globe. Always keep the globe because you need that. On the top here is there's about 3 or 4 piano books for my daughter who's learning piano. And then I have the instructions in righteousness from the same people from the Bible curriculum. This is a really good reference to have. This is all I have. So right here you have music notes, tuners, hole punchers, letter openers. These are binoculars in case we need them for something. Rosin and pens. There's some thank you cards under there. Pencils, pencil sharpeners, crayons, highlighters, and whiteboard markers with erasers. Stapler, staples, some scotch tape, erasers, bookmarkers, envelopes, and glue, and some scissors for the little one. That is our complete system, and it works very well. Less is more. I used to have much more complicated systems, and I was constantly trying to keep up with them. So down here on the first row is math. The second row is science on the left, and grammar, English, language arts on the right. And then the bottom is history. And again, this is completely for grades K through 12. I do not purchase any additional materials. I also have Spanish, Rosetta Stone Spanish, that we do put on the computer. So these are really good reading books, the math reading books. the Circumference series. Mathematicians Are People and Mathematicians Are People 2, Volume 2. That's really good. These are the other math reading books. My children love these. Specifically, my daughter, these have actually helped to reinforce concepts that were introduced in her other math material. And because it was in a story that she was listening to, she understood it much better. So I've got apples, all the elementary, the middle school, and high school, and financial choices. So that's one money book, and then algebra, and geometry. Another money book that I have here for math is Economics for Everybody, Money Matters for Teens, 12 Things Jesus Said About Money, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and Money Planner for Kids, Money Matters for Kids, and then the ABCs of Handling Money God's Way. So those are the, as far as math material is concerned, those are the financial books that I currently own. And then on the second shelf is science. So we have like, these are the Berean Builders, the first and second book, Science in the Beginning and Ancient World. It's pretty much all you need for elementary here. There's also a pretty cool lab book for outer space from a creation perspective. And then also, I really like these books. I have a lot of these when they first came out, by Rebecca Keller, this is astronomy one. Again, we have Exploring Creation, Astronomy, Zoology 2, and that's like the 5th day, and then Zoology 3, which is like the 6th day of creation. And then these are the other Rebecca Keller books, Biology, Chemistry, and Physics. These are the labs that go with those. And again, I have, this is a high school biology book. Book A, I have Book A and Book B. Book A, my son's currently reading about something. Then this is just a human body, cute little human body book I keep for elementary biology. And then there's chemistry here with Becca, cartoon chemistry guide, and then these are the Ambleside Online or Charlotte Mason reference material for the Storybook of Science that you read by Jean Henry Faber, and then also the Wonder Book of Chemistry. Those are really good books. I like those. These also are like Invention and Science book by John Hudson Tyner, I believe. Yeah. Okay, and then we go over to the English side over here. These are just the grade 1 readers. I am missing Fun with Pets. I'm not sure. I probably loaned that out to somebody and I don't have it back. So I have reordered that one, Fun with Pets, because that's the first one in this series. This is just a really good reference book. This will be a first grade English book. I did this with my other 2 children. I'll be doing it with my youngest as well. It is a public school book, but it's really good. I really liked it. So we'll probably do that in first grade. Then we move on to the Emma Searles primary language lessons for maybe 2nd and 3rd grade, or 3rd and 4th. It just depends on the child. And then again to the intermediate language lessons, and then we do, that might be 5th or 6th grade, or 4th or 5th. Again, it depends on the child. How to read a book. I have my high schooler read it, and I'll have all my children read this book in high school. It's a very good book to have. For high school, I also do The Life of Freds. It's high school language arts curriculum. For our only spelling curriculum is Spelling Power. That's all you need, really. It goes from K through 8th grade, I think it is. And past 8th grade, you really don't need spelling. I do have Essentials in Writing 4 and 10. I do like the Essentials in Writing program. we reuse them. I don't let my children write in those. And then for grade 12, I'll do 180 daily teaching lessons just to brush up on that grammar before they go on. And then here is getting started with Spanish. It's a really good Spanish curriculum to get started with. I usually will do this, and then we will go on to the Rosetta Stone. Okay, on the bottom shelf here is I read United States history to them, and these are high school books. There's 50 states is next to that. Then again, economics, American government, and world history. And these I will read to my elementary kids because we will just reread them and reread them and reread them, because that's all you need to know. The history doesn't change. Whatever happened to penny candy and whatever happened to justice, those Uncle Eric book series is really good. The Founding Fathers, I Survived books my children really like. And then these are just missionaries that we read, and they enjoy those. These two books here, Pages of History, Volume 1 and Volume 2. This is world history told from a story point of view for children. It's really good. It's from creation to now. These are just the Who Was books. I only have these because I typically probably wouldn't even have these, but I only have them because we've been to bookstores and I've even narrowed these down. My children found an interest in a certain figure in history or something, and they just wanted the book in order to read it. I had more of those, but I've narrowed them down because you just don't need them.